Only the skill and heroism of the plane's captain saved the 315 passengers and crew on board.
Up in the cockpit...
How's everything doing?
We're good.
Captain Kevin Sullivan has just climbed back into his seat after a rest break, when suddenly the plane's autopilot disconnects.
Autopilot 1 appears to have disconnected.
And then it happens. The hero pilot who fought against his own plane to save his passengers and crew.
How's everything doing?
Smooth sailing.
By October 2008, he's had decades of experience as a commercial pilot. But it's his time as a Top Gun that will prove crucial. On this clear blue day at the controls of a Qantas Airbus, Captain Kevin Sullivan is about to be tested in the most dramatic way possible.
Autopilot 1 appears to have disconnected.
Stall warning and overspeed. At the same time.
It's impossible. What the hell? Get Pete back in here.
First officer to the flight deck, please.
It generated enough force that we had to brace ourselves against the instrument glare shield to stop from basically hitting the ceiling, even with our seatbelts secured. I was accelerating down towards the Indian Ocean, and certainly my windscreens were filled with the Indian Ocean.
QF-72 is in a death dive and refusing to let Kevin take control. But no way is this proud ex-fighter pilot going to let a rogue computer beat him.
In the cockpit,
We're in trouble.
instinct is about to kick in.
We're basically fighting for our lives at this stage.
But up in the cockpit, the plane's flight control system is going haywire. The aircraft's computers are telling Captain Kevin Sullivan his plane is about to stall. And then, suddenly the plane is hurtling down towards the Indian Ocean. Back in the cockpit, Kevin Sullivan is desperately trying to take back control of his plane. Kevin Sullivan's next move is completely counterintuitive. Instead of pulling back on the control stick, he lets it go. It works. The plane is no longer falling from the sky, but now passengers are being smashed back down to the floor. Back in the cockpit, Kevin Sullivan has pulled the plane out of its death dive.
What the hell was that?
But he's still fighting for control.
It's the primary flight computer. Let's get us back up to 37,000 feet.
Just 2 minutes later,
Don't you do it.
it happens again. Once again, Kevin Sullivan's military training saves his plane.
We have lost auto pitch trim.
But he has no idea if or when it will happen again.
Another failure in Prim 3. Reset?
No, don't.
Everyone responds to trauma differently. Kevin Sullivan cracks a joke. He picks a line from another of his favourite movies, Flying High.
Looks like I picked a bad day to quit sniffing glue.
First Officer Peter Lipset had been on a break when the plane went into its dive. He's injured, but he makes it back to the cockpit.
It's a shit fight out there. I think I've just broken my nose.
Congratulations. Strap in, we're in trouble.
I made the assessment that we're in trouble.
Next,
Mayday, mayday, mayday. Qantas 72.
An out-of-control airplane.
30,000 feet up aboard a crippled airliner.
Flight control computer malfunction.
plane hurtling downwards. The Australian Transport Safety Bureau blamed incorrect data for the emergency, but it hasn't been able to explain how or why that happened.
Mayday, Qantas 72, Qantas 72. Flight control computer malfunctions and we have significant injuries on board.
Kevin Sullivan is in the fight of his life.
Tracking direct to Learmonth.
He needs to get his 315 passengers and crew down onto the ground fast before it happens again. He heads for the nearest airport, the RAAF base at Learmonth on Western Australia's northwest coast.
Final check.
With dozens of his passengers requiring urgent medical attention, Kevin Sullivan now has to land his crippled Airbus A330 on that remote airfield at Learmonth.
Okay, we're on visual approach. Manual thrust. Manual pitch trim.
He's now flying his aircraft entirely by hand. But Kevin knows that at any moment, the plane's computer might try to wrest back control.
You down?
1,000 feet. But now we know that at this point, if something happens, we don't have the altitude to recover.
Don't you do it.
Did you allow yourself just the briefest moment to look down at your arms and legs and think, my goodness, I'm alive?
Only now is Kevin Sullivan able to walk back through his aircraft to inspect the damage.